Heya, heya, heya. So I'm going on a walk today because A, it's nice out. There is no clouds. It's sunny and it's better weather than I'd have in Portland. So I'm going to take advantage. So we're waiting for test results back. The one thing I do know for sure is the test results are back. Why or why not? They're not saying anything to me. I don't know. Trying not to flip out about it, but I can see on my chart that the results have made it through whatever, and it looks like maybe they need to be reviewed by my team of doctors. Because that's right, I have a team. I have like an entourage of doctors here, and then maybe they will get back to me. I don't know. So there's that. Emotionally, I'm feeling a little bit better from the day before. I still can't get that lady's seared into my psyche. But I guess it could be worse. She was nice. She's kind. She was just having, sometimes you meet people on the worst day of their life. The only thing I could hope is that I was a little bit of comfort to her and that her mom is not in any pain. Outside of that, I just got to figure a way not to dwell on it, because it's easy to dwell, because it's easy to listen to the things that she said about her mother and realize I could be in that spot and not even know it. So I got to let it go. That's that. It's super nice. Even though I do have a sweater and a hat on, I just didn't think it was going to be this nice, and I walked out the house and it's still, I could do good without it. Today would have been a good day for me to get up and go to the zoo. But honestly, yesterday's MRI with and without contrast, I was tired. I had to take a little anxiety medicine before, because I guess when I get in there, I unconsciously have started shifting around inside the machines. So they need me not to do that. So there you go. Other than that, the testing's going fine. They are looking at my spine. My spine will determine a lot of things. It will determine whether or not if I'm going to walk again. Whether or not I have to have a colostomy bag or ostomy bag. Either way, those things are largely determined by my spine. I'm definitely not ready to stop walking. Kind of made me want to get out and walk. And dancing. I really want to go dancing. If this is going to be the end of my movement period of my life, then I definitely want to get some movement in. Other than that, that's the medical side of it. So let's find a subject. Doctors. A lot of questions have been asked of how and when I decided to come here. I decided to come here because I felt like my doctors had lied to me, and that was enough to make me look for a second opinion. And it wasn't until after this whole entire time I've kind of felt I like my doctor, but I didn't feel like the treatment was going anywhere. I completely felt sick a lot of the times, like flu symptoms, but not. I was trying to catch a cold, but not. And the doctors didn't really understand that. So I guess more about doctors. I guess I'd be talking about symptoms of colorectal cancer. That's another thing I get asked a lot, was what were my symptoms of cancer? I didn't have any symptoms of cancer. My cancer I did not have the blood in the stools. I didn't have the numbing of parts of my body like you should. I wasn't, outside of the fatigue. So the symptoms I did have is I was tired. And then my stool, BM, poop, whatever you want to call it, I got blood in my poop. That was towards them finding it. But I was fatigued for a while. And I just thought my fatigue was I'm working 2 jobs and still trying to have a social life. That's what I thought my fatigue was. That's not what it was at all. It was, as we now know, the cancer. The symptoms I do have that I can talk to you about is my ankle, my knee, and my hips were constantly in pain. My ankle felt like I sprained it all the time, and my knee, sometimes when I was walking, would just give all the way out. As for my hips, it just felt like, as women, like a lower back pain, like something caused by like your period or cramps, just that. It happened all the time. It was constantly moving up and down my left side. Sometimes my hands will go numb. I've had pinched nerves in my upper back. I thought it was just that. So I was at one point in time in physical therapy, getting acupuncture and getting massages all at the same time. So all of that end of stuff was what I was doing. On top of that is like I changed my diet, and I was just trying to be more as healthy as I could be living in Portland, Oregon. And in my idea of health, I was trying to get healthier and like, your woo-woo friends, reach out. You know how that works. You reach out to your friends, they tell you acupuncture, they give you a chiropractor, you start working on it, you start going on little hikes. You're gonna feel better because you are, you're listening to your body more. Your ancestors are singing songs with you. Mine were singing, take your ass to the doctor, you got cancer. We just didn't know what they were saying yet. So all of that was happening. Sorry. My tumor right now is so large, it's moving my insides around. So sometimes I feel like instantly winded or instant congestion. So that I'm gonna continue walking because, it might be nice out, but when the wind blows, it reminds you it is still cold out. So those were my symptoms. Like I've read about it and I've heard other people's symptoms, and some people talk about like they were super constipated all of the time for like months and months on end. Nah, I think I got my regular constipation. It was always right towards my period. Get a little constipated, get a little bloated, period comes, bam, everything back to normal. So there is that. So those are my symptoms. Right now, as somebody that has colorectal cancer or gut cancer or colon cancer, however you like to say it, I feel great. I don't feel the way my chart reads. There's a bug. I don't read the way my chart reads at all. I don't feel like that. I don't feel the great amount of pain. I am on a fentanyl patch. I feel like maybe the morphine I was on, it was what was causing my stomach to hurt so much, because I haven't had any of those stomach pains that I was having in Portland. So maybe it was the morphine, but we will never know, because I can never take morphine again because it will never work for me again, which is also really scary because I don't know what my other pain management things are, and I've already had pain management failure once, and I never ever ever never want to do that again. So yeah, not knowing what my options are. Fentanyl, I guess me and fentanyl are getting ready to be friends for a while, for at least the next year, which is also hard. Not knowing what my plan of action is. No, we do not have a care plan. So I'm still floating, and that means I can't get any resource help because I can't answer any of the questions. How long are you going to be here? Hold on one moment. Walking. Okay, I'm back. There was a lawnmower. I can't get any options for where am I going to stay when I get treatment, plane tickets to go home. I can't get any. There's no help for me because I don't have a treatment plan. I don't have a treatment plan because they're still running tests. When they stop running tests, then I'll have a treatment plan. Then I can answer more questions. But as of now, I'm just really grateful for everything everybody's donating to keep me down in Texas. I don't know when I'm coming back home. I don't even know if they'll allow me to come back home. I know little to nothing. And yes, mentally, it's really, really hard to not be able to plan your future or what's going to happen to you next. It's hard. I wouldn't wish not knowing something on anybody because, you know, we're humans and we're used to knowing what we're doing and where we're going and how we're going to get there. And not having that simple thing is definitely take some time to get used to. But either way, I'm going to roll with it because I have no choice. And I'm going to still stay positive. And what I say is, this cancer needs to move the F on. Move on for me or move on for it. Either way, we need movement. That being said, I love everyone. And, you know, take time. You don't know where this life's going to be. And mend fences. At the end of the day, if you might hate somebody or not like them or get in a tiff with a friend, make sure you're ready when you cut people out of your life to do it and do it cleanly and do it in such a way that you're okay if you never ever see them again, because life is short and you might not see somebody again. Actually, life is kind of long, but you still might not see that person again. You might not ever see them again. They might get sick, they might die. They might get sick and not die. But either way, don't do things with regret. Don't be hard-headed, you know? There's a lot of things you do that cause your own self pain that you don't need to do. And it's okay if you haven't reached out for somebody in a really long time and that is your reason not for reaching out. It's because you feel that it's too long to reach out and it's like, oh, I haven't talked to them for months. Oh, I should talk to them. And then you're like, oh, but I haven't talked to them for months. Why are they going to talk to me? And then you keep on going with that train of thought. You're just never going to talk to them. You're just always going to make excuses. And then when they die, you're going to be boo-hooing at their funeral. Don't be boo-hooing like that because you didn't take the time to reach out, because in your mind you're still spiraling because you haven't talked to them for so long and you're giving yourself all that weird negative talk about not talking to them forever and ever and ever, and keep going. Yeah. That being said, have a good day. I love ya. Every one of you. Thanks for contributing to my GoFundMe. If you have any questions about my cancer or what I'm going through or the pain or whatever, just ask and I will be glad to tell you about what's happening. Colorectal cancer, gut cancer, be aware. And by the way, if you're 40 and under and you're having any kind of stomach issues that are being prolonged, please go to the doctor. We are not even scheduled to get a colonoscopy until 50. You will not make it.